Hi, I'm Sunny, and this is my podcast, Creator, Created, Creating. Short and sweet mindset shifts for intentional life creation. Where do you feel most at ease? So I have this journaling app that I use, and it's called Day One, and it has daily prompts. I don't use the daily prompts ever, but occasionally it pops up on my screen as I'm journaling, and occasionally it'll be a good one. And usually I always just use my journal for my own intentions, for gratitudes, and or mostly just to write. And here's where I don't like to use the word higher self. I like to write to my higher self, I would say, but I don't like that term at all. But it's the most convenient term to point to the fact that when I'm journaling with myself, I'm journaling into voices, and I'm journaling to a part of my consciousness that is not my mental ego, mind conditioning, my mental conditioning of this human world. I'm journaling with the part of myself that's higher. But I don't like the term higher self because it implies that that's some separate entity that I'm like pulling down or something like that as if it's somewhere else. But it's not somewhere else ever. I do not experience that as something separate from myself at all, that I'm like contacting. It is myself. And all I'm doing is speaking between my conditioning, my mental conditioning, and my spirit, basically. And that space, if that makes any sense. I just wanted to share that in case it's clarifying for you, but I have nothing against the term higher self. I just don't, it's just doesn't feel right to me. And I've never found a word for God, for universe, for the cosmos, in case you haven't noticed in my podcast and all of my blogs and my writings, I have never found a term that feels right for the divine, for that which I cannot name, that is all things. But there are all kinds of terms for it, and I don't mind what terms anybody else uses or feels right to them. So now that I just went off on that weird tangent, I want to ask you again. So the prompt that came up was, where do I feel most at ease? So I want you to ask yourself that today, if you're willing. Where do you feel most at ease? And I'll share my answer. And then I would love to hear your answers. Drop me an email at sunny@sunnychapman anytime. And sunny@sunnychapman.com anytime. Let me know. But so my answer was, where do I feel most at ease? Here at home, in my quiet, sweet, simple, open, creative space. Right here in this chair, in this room, is actually not only one of but my most favorite place on earth. And I was surprised to hear this from myself. But I feel most at ease right here. And with Kenny and our nighttime routine, dinner and just relaxing, watching TV, laughing, having a conversation. Just simple, just the simplest thing. And I was really surprised by that because I also love nature, love adventures, love travels, love, meeting. Okay, I'm a super introvert, but I do love meeting people sometimes and getting out there every once in a while and stirring up the energy. I love all that too. So there are many other places I go and things that I do that may feel super inspiring and beautiful and full of awe and wonder and movement and discovery. But I experience all of those feelings right here every day. No matter where I am in the world, actually, to tell you the truth, I experience inspiration and beauty and awe and wonder and a sense of movement and discovery, whether I'm sitting right here or I'm out there in all that beautiful stuff too. I appreciate those other experiences so much for their freshness and their beauty and their inspiration, but there is nowhere that I'd rather be than by myself, creating and sharing with the world from the privacy of my own home, and then spending my evenings with my beloved, eating something yummy and either watching some TV and laughing or a movie or whatever, or just having a conversation, having some tea, going to bed, just really simple stuff. And that's when I was surprised, because there are so many things, that I think that I have such huge desires for and such big dreams for, like my dream home that I have in my heart and in my mind that I know is going to be ready for us one day, but it's not here right now. But I literally don't need that. There's no house and no home and no state and no country and no piece of property, no matter how much I do still desire to have that experience, that is going to be more sweet than this, which is me doing what I was designed to do and what I love so much. So that's never going to feel sweeter than this, or more perfect than this. What it's going to do is just feel different for a while, a short while probably, and then it'll feel the same. It will feel the same. I'm totally clear about that. And there's no amount of success either. No amount of success, no amount of followers, no amount of approval that's going to feel more sweet and more fulfilling than the success and followers that I have now, even if I don't consider that very many. It's just different. It's just going to be different as that happens. And then it's going to feel the same. Just as every change in my life has. Just as every new level of success or anything that I've experienced in my life has. It just feels different, and then it feels the same. So, and that doesn't keep me from moving in that direction, but not from a place of lack, just from a place of oh yeah, I see. I'm actually full up when I'm not thinking that those things are going to fulfill me more. And also that there is no weight, no clothes, no hair, no eyelashes, no physical beauty that is going to feel more sweet than this either. And I can play with any of those things if I want to. It's just going to feel different and then the same. And it's okay. It's fine. It's beautiful to play with any and all of those things. And nothing is going to be more sweet than what I am already living right now. And that's kind of when I had the realization that I am my dream. I am my dream. I have all kinds of dreams for things in the material world, for things in this human life and realm. I have all kinds of wants and desires and needs, and they're beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with them. But I am my dream. I am my creation. My big dream is me. I am my dream for the world. And when I say that, I'm speaking from the consciousness. I'm consciousness of myself, not the mental part of myself, not the conditioning part of myself. I'm speaking as the universe, as consciousness. I am my dream for the world. That is why I am manifest in this world right here, right now, exactly as I am. Because I am my dream of me. The truth is always so simple, it just blows me away. Because when I realized that, I was just like, I just felt so at home. So very at home with myself. Just as I am right here and right now. And just yesterday, I was in a ginormous wave of pain about where I am not and what I have not. And today I see once again so clearly the truth for me, because the truth always feels like home. And that's exactly how all of this realization felt. So I am wondering what comes up for you when I ask you, where do you feel most at ease? And that's going to be different for each one of you. And maybe where you are right now does not feel like ease at all. But where are you most at ease? Where do you feel most at ease and why? And you don't even have to go into the why if you don't want to. You could just notice. In fact, I would recommend maybe not going into the why, but just notice. And let the noticing work its magic without you having to figure it all out, because that's going to feel more easeful as well. And we want to continue on that trajectory of ease. So it was just so beautiful for me to realize I am like living my fullest life. And yes, there are things that I still desire to manifest, and I will. But I am living my fullest life because I'm living my design, how I'm designed, which is to be in my little room doing what I do. And P.S., I've been doing this sitting in a room with a recorder recording myself since I was about 2 or 3 years old. My mom still has all these cassette tapes of me. I had a little cassette tape recorder, and I would just record myself talking to myself and singing songs for hours and listen to myself back. So, and I used to, I loved that then. Then I went through a thing of like trying to do that as an adult and judging myself for that. Like, that's something really wrong with that. Like, you just love hearing your own voice. I do. Sorry. I do. Because I am my dream for this world. I want to hear what my soul is here to say. That's part of my design. That's not going to be the same for everybody. For others of you, you're going to feel most at home and most lit up and most like yourself when you're doing what you most love, which isn't talking and hearing yourself talk back in a recorder, which isn't like kind of, for me, it's like pulling down gems from the atmosphere or pulling up gems from that deep well within. Like, I just love that. That's my thing. And I need to hear them back so I can integrate them for myself. I love that process. And so I love to share it if people want to hear it. But I would do it for me every day, whether or not anybody ever listened. And that's the truth, because I've been doing it since I was 2 or 3, before I gave a damn who was listening, and didn't care, didn't think I needed a single other soul to listen or care about it for that to matter, or for that to be my great joy and my great love already at that age. So I'm just thrilled to have realized this morning that I'm living my deep fulfillment, and knowing that those waves of pain are going to come back through, and they're going to tell me, all my mental conditioning is going to tell me that I'm not where I should be in life, and I'm not doing well enough, and people don't like this, and nobody wants me, and all these things that it says when it's not satisfied with who and where I am. And I'm just going to use my tools for those times and let it pass. And on the other side will be beauty. Every time, like there was this morning when I found this question, or when this question found me. So I'd love to hear what your answer is. And if you'd like to share it with me, please do at sunny@sunnychapman.com. Send an email to sunny@sunnychapman.com. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention is that I have just recently created a form, an anonymous form, for you to submit any questions or suggestions for future podcast episodes at sunnychapman.com/ask. So I'll be reminding you in future episodes, but please drop by and leave me a suggestion or a question anytime for future podcast episodes, because I don't want to podcast in a vacuum, and I would love to speak to any of your challenges because it helps me meet my own challenges when you do. So I'd love to hear from you at sunnychapman.com/ask. Thanks for joining me today. And if you'd like to find out more about me and my work, you can find me at sunnychapman.com.